We're talking the Decorum of Congress. Hello and welcome to this edition of Censor This Conservative Podcast. Today we're going to discuss the morale of the people that we leave in charge of writing the bills in this country. So the first thing we're going to get to is a podcast episode last year that surfaced that Madison Cawthorn talked about some of the issues of our men and women in D.C. Let's play that clip.
Everything else is good.
Aside from that, I mean, the sexual perversion that goes on in Washington, I mean, being kind of a young guy in Washington, with the average age is probably 60 or 70, and I look at all these people, a lot of them that I've looked up to through my life. I've always paid attention to politics, guys that, then all of a sudden you get invited to, like, well, hey, we're going to have kind of a sexual get-together at one of our homes. You should come. And I'm like, what did you just ask me to come to? Yeah. And then you realize they're asking you to come to an orgy. Yeah. Or the fact that, there's some of the people that are leading on the movement to try and remove, addiction in our country. And then you watch them do, a key bump of cocaine right in front of you. And it's like, wow, this is wild.
So he brought up two topics. And the first one, the two topics of gay sex and cocaine. Very wonderful things. I don't just call out the behavior of the men and women in Congress. I'm going to provide examples. Here's example number one. This is going back to July of 2023 when we found cocaine in the White House.
New at 5, investigators say the white substance they found at the White House was cocaine. The building was evacuated Sunday night after the Secret Service found a baggie of powder.
Example number two is December 16th of this month, where a Senate staffer was caught having sex in the Senate hearing room.
And developing on Capitol Hill, a U.S. Senate staffer who worked in Maryland Senator Ben Cardin's office is out of a job after video allegedly shows him having sex inside of a Judiciary Committee hearing room. Aiden May Swarovski reportedly recorded himself in the act. Senator Cardin released a statement confirming that he is no longer employed by the U.S. Senate, but did not elaborate any further. That former staffer also released a statement admitting he showed, quote, poor judgment.
And the final example is also from this week, where a second Capitol sex tape, this one was from back in 2022.
Another government sex tape? It seems like sex at the Capitol may be more common than we previously thought. Semaphore has reportedly obtained footage of a man masturbating in what appears to be the U.S. Capitol. Semaphore reported this week that the clip circulated on Snapchat last year. Another Snapchat clip, a screenshot of which Semaphore reportedly reviewed, allegedly shows two men having sex.
We've got a bunch of degenerate creeps in D.C., it is filled with that, on top of smoking cocaine, probably doing other illicit drugs. So, D.C. is not full of the best people, and we know that from not only from these examples, but we just lowered the Senate dress code. For Senator John Fetterneck. He now is allowed to show up to work in shorts and a sweatshirt, like a bum. So our government is run by a bunch of degenerate, low moral bums with very low morale, very low standard. You used to look up to these people and say that we should be more like these people. But these people's behavior is not something we should look up to. These people are bottom of the barrel, low scum. Our politicians, the people that hold all the power to write the laws, are criminals. The biggest criminals out there. They're doing drugs. They're having sex in the Senate. You know, the place that's supposed to be sacred ground. They're doing drugs in the White House. They are probably doing stuff with underage girls and guys. There's tons of sex trafficking going on. And these are the people that are making the laws. The biggest criminals are the ones making the laws. Just something to think about there.